The plan is to tape 2 editions of Impact at each taping and shift Explosion from containing first run material to being more of a best of show. I think they stick to this is where the have one match and show highlights of Impact Explosion format comes in. Wrestlers have been told that they will get paid the same for working 1 double taping as they did for working 2 single tapings. The move is considered to be the first of what could be a series of cost-cutting measures implemented by Jerry Jarrett now that he has regained power within the company.
I like that people are like, this is the end.
Well, it kind of is. Like, the reason, like, Jerry could pull this power play is that the characters are getting cold feet at this stage. That, like, they're getting angsty about the amount of money they're pouring into this company without any potential return, like, inside.
Does this investment ever make money for them?
Well, no. Like, there's a period where TNA is profitable on Spike before they start blowing it all on Hulk Hogan-related nonsense. There's, like, a very slim period in, like, 2009 where the company is profitable. And that's about it. It made a loss for pretty much most of its entire existence. A substantial one as well in the Carter's pocket.
It must have just become like, even though it isn't their business, like their family business, right? That had to be the only reason they still cared about it.
Because ultimately it became Dixie's thing. And that's really what kept it alive more than anything else.
Yeah.
The wrestlers are reacting in paranoia at the news that the company has decided to reduce the number of television tapings by holding bi-weekly tapings. I kind of don't get that. Because, like, again, it's madness that they were flying everybody down there to do a taped show. It's not like they were flying everyone down there to do a live Impact. That would make at least some degree of sense.
I just think that wrestlers don't know how money works.
Yeah, they were flying everybody down there every week to tape an Impact. It's like, what on earth is wrong with you guys?
Yeah.
Some see it as a sign that the company is going out of business, which, to be fair, they're right. The company is pouring money down the hole. Others point out that Dixie Carter was urged to give a locker room pep talk at the pay-per-view to assure the crew that her family was still committed to the project. When she did not meet with wrestlers, some saw it as a sign that she doesn't have respect for their concerns, while others fear that she didn't hold such a meeting because she doesn't know what the future holds.
Do you think it might be because she's 8 months pregnant and this money in this company is like pissing money?
Yeah. The cost cutting continues as Jerry Jarrett attempts to extend the time frame the Carter family gives to the promotion, which is the argument for Jerry doing the power play. That, like, as the company stands, there's probably very little time left, and Jerry is trying to slash costs so that at least the money the characters are spending is less than they were spending, and they might give the company a slightly longer leash.
And the key is just give it all to Dixie.
Besides the decision to cut back the tapings from every week to every 2 weeks, now the number of wrestlers being brought in to TV each week has been cut back. Again, it's another one of those things where you see, like, they're taping 3 to 5 matches for Impact every week. And then usually they tape another 3 with people who are just flown in for those matches. And you're like, again, what are you doing?
Not all of this TV production was formed with economical ideas in mind.
Some might say the very opposite.
Yeah.
A lot of weeks where Raven is flown in. Raven would have, like, probably the top earning wrestlers, but flown in just to work an explosion match. And you're like, why?
Unless he's injured, Raven should be on this show every week.
So 3 of the crew, for instance, were not flown into Orlando for a taping, and even Shark Boy, who's a local wrestler, wasn't used just to save on the payday.
Oh, thank God we're saving Shark Boy's payday. We were really going to go under if we had to pay Shark Boy his $400.
TNA appears to be going with a scaled back crew as one of the many corners that are being cut. It appears that while wrestlers who work 2 matches at one taping may get the same payday as they got when they worked 2 matches over 2 weeks, fewer wrestlers are going to be brought into taping, so the net effect is that most wrestlers won't get the same level of pay with this new schedule. They are also considering moving the tapings to weekends, so that they would get a better crowd, because some of the Universal crowds have been pretty inconsistent because they tape on, I think, Tuesdays. So there's more people at Universal on a Saturday than there is on a Tuesday. But also wrestlers are like, you're not cutting back on the schedule and then cutting into our weekend indie dates. Fuck that.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out.
So at this point, they have Turning Point scheduled for December. They have Final Resolution scheduled for January. And they have Against All Odds scheduled for February. And that's as far as they have scheduled right now. And a lot of wrestlers were thinking, oh, geez, is that like the time we have left?
That's when they're going to run TNA Big Bang.
Eric Bischoff will turn the company around.
They should have sold it to Eric Bischoff.
No, they shouldn't. A number on Victory Road. It did about 35,000 buys on pay-per-view, which I think is among the most bought pay-per-views in TNA history. Might even be the most bought pay-per-view in TNA history. Also at the much higher price point of $30 rather than $10. So it was a reasonable success for the company.
Wow, Tony Khan's Ring of Honor is just crushing TNA.
Well, Ring of Honor is advertised on a much larger television platform, to be fair.
Oh yeah, excuses, mate.
That excuse won't stand when TNA have 1 million viewers and still do 30,000
Yeah.
pay-per-view buys, but...
I was thinking that, like, I was like, wasn't it this little thing called Spike TV at some point?
At the moment, while they currently have like 150,000 viewers to 200, they're getting, which is pretty good. Like that's over 10% buy on the pay-per-view. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.